Joining me today to discuss industrial cybersecurity is Edgard Capdevielle, CEO of Nozomi Networks. Welcome, Edgard.
Happy to be here. Thank you, Sid.
Industrial cybersecurity includes a lot of different types of solutions and parties and players. To frame the discussion here, could you just kind of take a moment and explain where Nozomi Networks fits?
Yeah, of course. Nozomi Networks has been around since mid-2013. We focus on passive anomaly detection. What differentiates our product is that we take our time to build a baseline, a process-centric, process-aware baseline of what everybody should be doing at every part of the process, every PLC, from a behavioral point of view, and we detect anomalies based on that. Once we have anomalies, we're able to prioritize anomalies based on their ability to cause a critical state or downtime.
You know, our research tends to show that a lot of companies, industrial companies, are finally recognizing the importance of cybersecurity, and it seems to be easing the funding and things like that. So I'm just interested in what you may be seeing in the market, maybe, hopefully the same thing, and what effect that's having on you.
I agree. I think anomaly detection has become a standard line item investment category. I think the first early years of the market were POC years, and I think finally the market has reserved budget for anomaly detection because they've seen the value that we provide both from a security perspective as well as operational management, operational visibility perspective.
Another trend that I see is that companies are struggling to kind of sustain their cybersecurity posture. You know, they just don't have the people or the processes or the time. Is that something that you're seeing as well? And if so, does your company help with that?
Yeah, absolutely. We strongly believe that when you add to the cybersecurity toolset and operational visibility toolset, you should reduce or keep the same the amount of overhead. So when we designed our product, we focus on that, and every time we install, at the end, our customers have either the same or less or more empowered operators on site. We don't require additional people to monitor additional products.
Oh, okay, very good. Another thing I hear from my clients is they are very interested in driving convergence between IT and OT. And again, is that something you're seeing?
Absolutely.
And is that something that you offer solutions for?
Absolutely.
Your product?
Our product is a product that facilitates the convergence between IT and OT. I'd like to say that the OT users of our product become more IT versed, and then the IT users of our product become more OT versed. Same thing with the security operators. They become both IT and OT versed. Our platform assists in the convergence.
You know, we've seen a recent influx of a lot of new players into the market. And do you think, I assume you agree with that, but is that being driven by technology, or is it driven by the market itself, or what's the drivers that you see on that?
Yeah, absolutely. It's both. I think from a demand point of view, like I said earlier, there's now a formal line item in most budget for industrial that is associated with anomaly detection. At the same time, it's very early in the market. When you have a market that is very early, you have a lot of players. What I keep saying is, this is a little bit like making a car purchase. This is something where you have to test drive. It is not appropriate or responsible to make a association from a business development point of view, from a purchase point of view, on anomaly detection without doing proper testing of what the value and the benefits you're going to get from an application. So we love it when the customers are doing POCs and we're invited to those POCs.
You know, I've been hearing a lot, and this is something I personally have a vested interest in, is in machine learning and artificial intelligence, and I've been hearing that it's being used more and more today, and I'm just curious, is that just hype, or is that really happening?
It is very real. The attacks and malfunctions and industrial capabilities in general are becoming more complex. Humans may not have the time or the experience to go through all of them. And it is our duty as vendors to provide machine learning or artificial intelligence assisted capabilities. One quick example, when some of the security operators get flooded with alarms, our product is able to add heuristics that group alerts and anomalies by their cause. So instead of saying, hey, you have 1,000 alarms because somebody did a port scan, our tool is able to tell you, somebody did a port scan, here's one item that you have to address. So we save the operator time, we avoid the flooding scenario.
You know, one thing that a lot of people are talking about are some of the attacks that we've been hearing about in the news, very critical ones on industrial facilities, particularly power systems and things like that. Does that make you pessimistic or optimistic, or how do you see that?
No, it makes me extremely optimistic. We have seen this movie many times. We used to make cars in the 20s that didn't have seatbelts or airbags, and a lot of people died, and now that rarely happens. The same thing happens with the aviation industry, and then we're in the early days of this industrial awakening, and we're going to overcome all these attacks by having proper instrumentation. I'm very, very optimistic.
I'm glad you're optimistic about that. I am as well. So, well, thank you for talking with us today, Edgard. We've been speaking with Edgard Capdevielle of Nozomi Networks. Thank you for watching.